Assalamu Alaikum Arahmatullah wa Barakatuh. May peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah be upon all. Welcome back to Conscious Pathways, a space where we explore the intersections of psychology, spirituality, and human experience. Before we begin, I want to share a quick disclaimer. As a Muslim who practices the Islamic faith, a psychology student, and as someone who works with people in crisis, the thoughts and reflections shared in this episode are my personal perspectives. They are not affiliated with any religious or psychological organizations, and this podcast is not a substitute for professional counseling, whether spiritual or psychological. As always, this content falls under the Fair Use Act, allowing for educational and reflective discussions, as outlined in Section 107 of the Copyright Act, which permits limited use of copywritten material for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, scholarship, or research. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. There are moments when silence births clarity, when the journey feels less like a path and more like a conversation between the soul and the one who made it. This is one of those moments. This reflection is personal, offered gently like a light on water, not a sermon, just a truth, spoken quietly by one whose heart is tethered to God. Let this be a lantern for anyone walking in darkness or simply in need of warmth. I'm a convert. Even if it's been almost 2 years, one thing I have noticed is that many converts leave Islam, not because of faith itself, but because of the community. I've witnessed, since I've converted, testimony, especially via YouTube, stories from brave souls describing heavy criticism, often coming from fellow Muslims, primarily Arabs. It's not to say that all Arab Muslims communities are like this. It's also not to say that they aren't other communities that do this as well. But it is where many point because the pain is real. It's disheartening because all religions have their issues, not from the divine, but from the people. Subhanallah, Subhanallah. There are verses in the Quran that reminds us this message was sent for everyone. We have not sent you, O Prophet, except as mercy to all worlds. Surah Al-Anbiya 21:107. And others that whisper, you are seen directly. No veil, no priesthood, no gate. Indeed, those who strive in our cause, we will surely guide them to our ways. And indeed, Allah is with the doers of good. Surah Al-Ankabut 29:69. La ilaha illallah. There is no God but Allah. The things that protect my peace, well, I don't belong to an ummah, not in the traditional sense. My ummah is Allah. I don't just seek Him in prayer. I walk with Him always. The bridge between us, it's never severed. No matter what I'm doing, no matter where I am. The path of isolation can be lonely, daunting. Yes, but its beauty, I can hear Allah clearly. No noise, no middleman, just presence. And when my servants ask you about me, indeed, I am near. I respond to the call of all callers when they call upon me. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:186. I remind myself as Allah reminds us, I'm responsible for my own path. No one will speak for me when the time comes. So why give my ears to the judgment of someone equal to me in clay? Why let their gaze shape my world when only Allah holds the mold? None can discredit who Allah chooses in His covenant. Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous among you. Allah is all-knowing, all-aware. Surah Al-Hujurat 49:13. So let us remind ourselves, from scholars to sheikhs to the infants in this journey, even though you are small now, even though you may not know all the names, trust Allah. He will help you crawl. He will teach you to walk. And one day, He will steady your stride as it becomes a leap. Say, O my servants who have transgressed against themselves, do not despair of the mercy of Allah. Indeed, Allah forgives all sins. Indeed, He is the forgiving, the merciful. Surah As-Zumar 39:53. There is no power and no strength except through Allah. Now take a breath and breathe here for me. Let this reflection shift inward. There are moments on this path, especially for converts, seekers, and those walking alone, when the soul enters a kind of spiritual crisis. Not a breakdown, but a breaking open, a sacred unveiling. To understand this, we can look to the windows of both revelation and psychology. I will use a couple of concepts of known psychologists. Maslow reminds us that once our basic needs are met, we begin to seek belonging, esteem, and ultimately self-reflection. But for many converts, the belonging stage is where the rapture happens. When the community fails to embrace, the soul is forced to leap, skipping steps, reaching for God directly. Erickson speaks of identity versus role confusion, a stage where we ask, who am I now? For the convert, this question is not theoretical, it is lived. Old roles fall away, new ones feel foreign, and in that liminal space, the soul either fragments or finds fidelity. Alport taught that true religious maturity is marked not by rigid dogma, but by intrinsic faith. A faith that is lived within, not performed without. This is a stage where the seeker stops mimicking and starts embodying, where Islam is no longer something you do, but something you are. And Bandura reminds us of self-efficacy, the belief that we can act, grow, and influence our path. When the convert is told, you're not doing it right, Bandura say, let them try. Let them believe they can. Because believe in one's ability to walk with God is half the journey. So what does this mean to the soul in crisis? It means that the ache you feel is not failure. It is development. It is the soul stretching into its next form. It means that solitude is not a punishment. It's a classroom. And it means that your tears, your doubts, your longing are not signs of weakness. They are signs of becoming. And those who strive for us, we will surely guide them to our ways. Surah Al-Ankabut 29:69. And now when this happens, we return, not to the noise, but to stillness. The kind of stillness that listens. May those words settle where they're needed. And if they pass through like wind through leaves, know this. Even the winds are guided. Subhanallah. Glory be to Allah. I will see you all soon. Take this with you. Reflect with it inwardly. And as always, peace be upon all. And I will see you all soon.